I've been waiting to do this video for a while, since what the Hoosiers from Indiana are doing on offense is a virtual clinic of how to attack in the modern game. And the fact that we have such a clear dichotomy with what the Knicks are trying to do with the ball makes this juxtaposition all the more effective. So, let's dive into the footage to find out why the Eastern Conference representative to the NBA Finals will be the Indiana Pacers. First off, we can use advanced stats to prove what our eyes are telling us, that the Pacers are consistently generating much better looks than the Knicks. And in true Hoosiers fashion, they utilize supreme ball and player movement.
5 players on the floor function as one single unit. Team, team, team. No one more important than the other. Pop them, pop, get rid of them. Come on.
Look how much quicker the time of possession is for the Pacers. For context, in the regular season, a difference of 4.4 seconds is almost twice as large as the difference between first and last. The difference in average seconds per touch is also larger than the regular season difference between first and last. And the last stat I'll point out is average speed on offense. The Pacers are moving a half mile an hour faster than the Knicks. Again, the disparity is larger than the distance between first and last in the regular season. This is all to say the Pacers are utilizing that speed to not only generate higher quality shots, but also tiring out the Knicks so that when it comes to crunch time, they've got nothing left in the tank and their shots fall flat. The key is to play what we call advantage basketball. This starts out as a ho-hum flat ball screen out top. Haliburton can't gain an advantage and picks up his dribble. He turns this into a pitch and pick as Mathurin tries to gain an advantage, but good defense forces a reset. Now we've got Toppin sprinting out of the corner for the pitch. Haliburton makes it zoom with the inside ball screen, and now they've got an advantage heading downhill off the dribble. McConnell gets the ball with a long closeout in front of him, and while the advantage is dissipating, the ball movement speeds up, leading to the Toppin slip screen that pulls Brunson out of the way so Haliburton can size up the shot and knock it down. The first play of the game for them shows even more advantage basketball, with Haliburton as the engine. The double pin down for the shooter isn't for a shot, it's to initiate get action as Hallie throws it ahead and follows it right back for the handoff. He already has a big advantage here, and the ball screen by Turner adds to it when they force a switch. The ball quickly gets swung back to the top, they've got a huge mismatch down low, and Bridges is forced to foul while Turner is somehow putting the ball in. The double ball screen was a key component of the Pacers' action last night, leading to 5 scores. This was actually a triple screen, and you can see Bridges is now erased from the action while Brunson is not involved in defending this play, meaning Haliburton has a huge advantage with his defender firmly behind him. Turner need only step towards the ball for the screen before rolling. The advantage goes to neutral, but the Pacers don't stop moving the ball, searching for that next advantage. The second ball screen here is rejected, and credit Josh Hart for containing, but they never ever stop. The get action for Hallie doesn't have to be a handoff. Turner can keep it, fake another handoff to his shooter before getting right to the left block and hitting the Knicks' worst defender with a fake into a nifty inside hand layup. Let's compare this to the Knicks offense. Not only the speed of the ball and player movement, but the quality of shot this type of offense yields. It takes 6 seconds from the time Brunson gets the tip till he makes the first pass to the wing. It's another 7 seconds of Bridges standing in place holding the ball, waiting for something to materialize. The first cut is a back screen for Brunson, wasted action since he's not even looking back for a potential pass. He cuts out to the left corner, but it's completely blown up by Nesmith shooting the gap. Now it's OG's turn to get the ball on the wing under heavy pressure. He holds the ball for 3 seconds before doing anything with it, never gets an advantage on this gallop towards the basket, and they're forced to shoot a heavily contested fall-away mid-range shot. Even though it goes in, this is an awful lot of work for such a low percentage shot. And make no mistake, the Knicks have gotten very good at hitting tough shots all series long, but at some point you might run out of bullets when you get against a good enough opponent, and that's what's happening here. The fatigue on their faces is clear, and it would be even easier to see that in person, which is why you need to download SeatGeek. It's the #1 rated ticketing app for everything from concerts, sporting events, and the theater. I've used them countless times, including the U2 concert at the Sphere. and I enjoyed it even more knowing I got the best deal possible. Their rating system makes it easy to figure out where the best value is, and I've got you covered. Use my code BBALL10 and you'll get 10% off of any purchase. There's a reason we've been partners for years and years. They're simply the best, and now you can share in that excellence. Don't worry about being called a geek, it's cool these days, and use my code BBALL10 to save. Here they run horns, and they don't even begin to look towards the basket until there's only 11 seconds left on the shot clock. While Brunson gets a slight advantage off the dribble, the Pacers have been stunting off the wings to offer help and turn this back to neutral. They're left with a turnaround fadeaway falling down heavily contested midi. It's not like the Knicks can't score doing it this way, and it kept them in the game even. But the Knicks are wilting under the pressure, as Hart turns his back on a defender, a big no-no in the modern game, and then has to wait for 5 seconds before throwing it to the only option this play has for him, a Robinson catch 37 feet from the hoop. By the time Brunson finally gets it, he's got no advantage from that handoff, and they're starting from scratch with 12 seconds on the shot clock. He's able to get a slight advantage off the ball screen, but a contested pull-up from 3 ain't that easy. Let's look at a few more Pacers scores to see how they're generating their looks. Immediate get action from out of bounds gets Haliburton space. They flow right into the ball screen. Huge advantage with Bridges caught behind and the Knicks' worst defender stuck in space. Turner easily spins around him for a layup. Here's Nembhard pushing the ball and ready to attack inside the three-point line with 19 seconds still on the shot clock. This half-hearted hedge by Brunson does nothing as Siakam just accelerates into the heart of the lane. Robinson has to rotate over to protect the rim, and it's an easy kick to the corner when Bridges recognizes his X out 2 seconds too late. The Pacers didn't need fancy offense to create these advantages, as a simple inside ball screen sees both defenders go to the ball. This simply should not happen as Siakam has a major advantage, and credit to Shamet for properly rotating, but he's no match for someone so much bigger with that much skill around the hoop. Turnovers also killed the Knicks, and it was a function of how their offense operates much of the time. It was painful to watch the Pacers defenders waiting at half court for a Knicks player to just walk the ball up the floor. For context, what Hart is doing here is how we were taught to initiate offense back in the 80s without a shot clock in high school. You never want to turn your back on the basket and completely limit your view of the court like this. But Hart does get a slight advantage as Turner moves to contain the ball. Unfortunately, running the pick and roll isn't Hart's thing as he blindly throws a pocket pass right to Nembhard. Nesmith won't let Brunson breathe freely, picking him up deep in the backcourt and turning him a couple of times. Look how slow this offense is. No one gets to attack on the catch, and the shot clock is at 11 before they begin to look at the basket. Because there's almost no movement, it allows the Pacers to hold their positions and easily see man and ball. Brunson tries to skip this to Cat on the right wing, but that was never open as Bridges wanders towards the hoop, allowing his man to snatch it out of the air. Lots of confusion on this one as Cam Payne calls out a play. No one is sure where to go as precious seconds tick off, and let's be clear, this simply cannot happen in the conference finals. You'd better know the plays and know instantly where to be. It's no wonder a guy who's stuck dribbling in place 9 times in a row just throws the ball away to his own defender. Can you hear me shaking my head? We do have to give credit to the constant backcourt pressure as Cat is relegated to walking down the court while Bridges sets a random screen to free up his teammate. The problem is, it allows his man to double Brunson, who had wandered down to the coffin corner, and forces a demoralizing steal. The Pacers have clearly found a solution to the Knicks' suboptimal defense, and is running the pick and roll to the right with Miles Turner above the right elbow. Within 5 seconds, they're into it as Hallie has a big advantage with Cat forced to guard him, and he utilizes the jump pass better than anyone in the league to find Turner for the layup. Instead of using the second ball screen, he just turns the corner knowing Brunson is going to back out of the way under the guise of staying with Nesmith. Cat is too busy hugging his own man to offer any support, and McBride isn't big enough. Same play in the fourth quarter. Cat is worried about Turner getting the ball at the elbow, but his denial defense puts him completely out of position to defend the ball screen as he hilariously throws his hands up in tribute as Haliburton lays it in. Here's yet another ineffective attempt at a hedge by Brunson. I think he's trying to use the force, so the ball quickly gets past to Nembhard rolling. OG thinks about rotating over as the lowest man, but check how quick Nembhard gets it to the corner for an easy 3 that became an early dagger. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they screen with Brunson's man once again, and again, Hallie is allowed to turn that corner when Brunson offers no resistance. and it's embarrassing the quality of shot the Knicks are giving up in crunch time. Meanwhile, the Knicks went 3 for the last 9 shots, and when you're down 7 with 2 minutes to go, you cannot take your time like Brunson is doing. The screen is ineffective as Brunson cannot get any advantage, and they do actually get something decent with the flare screen, but it's a righty going to his right full speed into a catch and shoot in the corner, one of the toughest catch and shoots there are. The bottom line is that this series was a matchup between two of the best lead guards in the NBA, but when you're running an offense that actually helps you unlock good shots, it makes a world of difference. Haliburton had an all-time great game with a triple-double and no turnovers. And it shouldn't be a surprise necessarily since the defense of the Knicks is suboptimal. With Cat and Brunson out there, that simply won't change. But when their offense continues to generate such difficult shots, that's what ends up being their biggest obstacle to winning this series, and I don't see much changing the rest of the way.